Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at hitting with depth this week at DTL, and today specifically getting depth on the return of serve. The first thing I want to approach here today is just the idea of my standard return. I like to be up a little closer to the baseline, catching my return of serve early. Ultimately, when I'm in this position, I just want to hit the ball solid. I want to get into a pretty neutral 50-50 rally with Mark, and therefore the solid factor of the return when I'm closer to the baseline is really my focus. If I start adding the idea of depth to that return, I feel like I can get a little confused, a little bit shaky. So with a return where you're closer to the baseline, just trying to take it early, kind of don't even worry about the depth. I think a lot of times the momentum into the ball, the taking it early idea should ultimately get the ball slightly deeper into the court. But this shot to me is really more about timing the swing, okay? So let's have a look there. Yeah, so I love that right there. That ball's back on Mark pretty quick. You know, it's past the service line. It's not like I drop shot at him. But I wouldn't say that ball's pushing him back. It is taking time away from him though. So for me there, I don't really focus on depth. Now, two other returns. The first is the slice backhand. Once in a while the slice forehand, but mostly the slice backhand. I feel like if I hit a slice return and I land it short, I'm going to get crushed. So this is a shot on return of serve where I have to get depth. So the idea for me is to really absorb the tennis ball into the strings, and I have to take on the back third of the court. So my focus is really seeing the flight of the ball out through the court. Depending on how hard Mark hits the serve, I'll play around with my grip pressure a little bit. But take a look, he's going to serve me down the tee here. I'm going slice return. I just think the ball reflects nicely off the serve against this open racket angle and just gets me some natural depth on the return of serve. You see Federer do this a lot. All right, so I like that return a lot. I got that probably just around that back third line. I've slowed the pace of the rally down. Mark comes in with pretty good pace there. I get the ball deep. Granted, that's not going to push him back all that much, but getting that amount of depth with a slice just buys me time because of the speed of the ball and how far it travels to just get into the middle of the court and get 50-50 in that rally. So I love to use the slice if depth is key, and maybe I'm struggling with my full swing return timing-wise. I think because the slice tends to be a little more abbreviated, you get a little cleaner strike on the ball, a little easier timing. Pretty darn good result there for me not taking a huge crack at it. Okay, now, then we look at like a Nadal, Dominic team. These guys are taking full cuts at so many of their returns and getting good depth out of it. How do they do that? They just back way up behind the baseline. So from back here, imagine me landing the ball shallow. I would just be absolutely toast. If this ball doesn't get at least 5 feet behind the service line, I'm in huge, huge trouble. So the thought here is take my full swing off forehand and backhand, really use the extra length of court that I've created and try to get the ball really releasing into the back of the court, okay? So this would be the third idea on depth back here. All right, so I'll take that, and Mark and I didn't play out the point there, but we're watching him start to have to travel back if he was going to go handle that ball. So the deeper off the baseline you go, the more committed you have to be to that full cut, because to just go back there and get the ball back, likely shallow, you're going to be toast. So bigger swings to create depth from farther away, throw in that slice. And if you're playing up on top of the baseline just to crack the ball early, the focus isn't so much the depth. And for me personally, I love to promote using all three. You take an Andre Agassi he kind of lived with the on top of the baseline. Nadal kind of lives with the deep one. I think a lot of club level players honestly should be mixing in all three of those returns, because the variety, I think, number one, is a little more fun. You're not always hitting the same shot on return of serve. And, you know, your opponents need to see a different look at the club level. I think a lot of times it'll throw their game off when they don't see the exact same ball coming back every single time. All right, so hope that was super helpful. That's all I got for you today. Please click like below this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses that Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those really helpful as well. All right, so until next time, be well, and we'll see you soon at Daily Tennis Lesson.